Hello and welcome back to another episode of For the Thrill of Sports Cards and Memorabilia. My name is Braden, and on today's episode of Memorabilia Monday, what we're going to be talking about is protecting your memorabilia. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, like I said, we're going to be talking about protecting the memorabilia, protecting those signatures. The first rule of protecting those signatures on the memorabilia is getting a UV protected case, or if you cannot get a UV protected case, keep it out of UV lights such as the sun. I have a prime example of what happens when that is not done. So, this is my first piece of memorabilia that I ever got. And when I got it, I was super excited. I went and got a case for it, thinking that's what I needed to display it, not knowing anything. And I just didn't take care of it properly. So we'll pull this out here. This is what most of the signatures look like. You have a dark, bold signature there. And that's what most of them look like. This one is a little bit faded from what it originally was. This was done in Sharpie. Now this, I went and got the first case I could find. Didn't know anything about trying to find a UV protected case. Just went and found a inexpensive one that I just found. Now this was also left on a dresser where right in front of a window. So the sun, when the blinds were open, the sun would hit it. And this is what happened, is the autograph faded on both sides. These were the top two autographs, the ones that were directly in the sun. And this was disappointing to me because these were the important signatures on the ball. This one right here was Freddie Adu. This one was Eddie Pope. Those were the two most famous players that I was meeting that day. And that was back when Freddie Adu still was believed to have the amazing potential that everybody thought he was going to have. And so I was excited to get those signatures, and unfortunately I did not take care of it properly, and I ended up getting the item damaged. But like I said, I did not know. That was my first piece of memorabilia, so I didn't know what to do. And so that just kind of ruined the ball in a way. I still have the signatures. It's just not as cool. And something to get it signed with is Sharpie, but that's not the best item to get it signed with. There are things that are better to get it signed with, such as paint pen. And now a paint pen is a little more durable. It's not going to fade as fast in the UV lights. Again, you do want to try to get a UV protected case if you can, but paint pen holds up a lot better, in my opinion, on certain items. It looks nicer as well. But when you do get it done with permanent marker, not every permanent marker is the same as well. So I have another ball here that I got signed, and this was an item, and I had at my house certain markers that were colors that I really wanted, the colors I liked. I love the color gold, and it kind of went with the team colors. So let me find some examples on here of some good signatures. So here you have the silver Sharpie. Looks nice and clear. You have some black Sharpies and some other spots. It's kind of harder to see because of the dark ball. But then I had the gold marker that I thought would look cool, and it just didn't work as well. You got the signature that's fading. You got some more signatures that are fading. Some look all right, but a lot of them, like this guy right here, just got smeared. You got this guy right here, got smeared. And so when you do use a marker, it is advisable to use a trusted marker such as a Sharpie. That is something that I wish I would have known, because I would have rather had the signatures all in the silver just to make it look nice, because that pops off the ball and looks really good. Another thing is knowing the item that's getting signed. So something like a baseball, it actually looks better with a regular ballpoint pen. It looks cleaner, it looks nicer, and that is what most of the signatures on the baseballs look like. Again, I've seen some baseballs with the Sharpie, and it just doesn't look as crisp. Again, when you go to get it displayed, make sure you get something with UV protection or keep it out of the UV light such as sunlight. That is something that's going to save your memorabilia from the fading. It's going to last longer, because if you don't protect it and keep it in the UV light, eventually it will completely disappear. So that was my biggest suggestion when you go to display your memorabilia. Make sure you get the UV protected case, as well as keeping it out of the UV lights if you can't get a UV protected case. But even with the UV protected case, keeping it out of the UV lights. Keep your blinds closed if it's in a room and it's going to get that UV light. You know, if you don't need the blinds open, you know, keep them closed. You know, do what you can to protect that. Again, when you go to display them, find a case that you like, a style that you like. Again, when you get your items signed, most of the time you can get the athlete to sign where you want it, because it is your item. A lot of the times you are paying to get the signature signed at conventions or through a private signing, and so you know, a lot of the time you are able to request the athlete or celebrity to sign in a specific spot. But this blue soccer ball that I had there, that was in a mass meet the team event that was exclusive to season ticket members. And there I couldn't be picky, because it was a long line, and you just hand them the item, they go sign wherever there is space. And you know, in situations like that, you know, don't be picky. Let them sign where they can find space and all that. But when you're paying for it, respectfully ask them to sign where you'd like it, on the numbers or in a specific spot. You know, that's something you can do to make it look nice. And again, when you get it signed, I recommend the paint pen. That is something that's going to make it last longer in the UV lights, and it's just not going to fade as fast. Again, nothing is 100%. If it is put in the UV lights, it is going to fade eventually. So again, best way to protect your memorabilia is getting the UV protection and keeping it out of the UV lights. That's going to do it for this episode of Memorabilia Monday. Hope you guys found this information to be useful. If you like this content, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell for notifications, and guys, thank you so much for watching my content. Guys, remember to stay amazing, live life to the fullest, be true to yourself, and I'll see you guys next time.